Throughout the last few weeks, I've been going through a battle of stagnation. And it's not that I'm not doing anything. As a matter of fact, I'm still showing up to my sales calls. I'm taking sales calls 6 days a week. I'm practicing martial arts. I'm going to the gym. I'm eating a healthy diet. So, what exactly do I mean when I'm saying that I've been struggling with stagnation? It's because when I look at the version of myself who has everything, again, the finances, the resources, the health, family, everything that I see for myself coming into fruition, it's a whole different ballpark from where I'm currently at right now. The drive, the tenacity, the creativity, everything is at a such more higher frequency of operation, of fulfillment, of being able to help other people, of where I'm currently at right now. And you're probably thinking, well, Noel, if you say that you're doing everything that you're supposed to, then again, what do you mean by dealing with stagnation? Well, it's because I know that I could go much more harder when it comes to the things that I'm doing. Yes, I'm learning, but I can be learning more. Yes, I'm making content, but I should be making more content. And that's really the whole point of this video because I've set a goal for myself in terms of what I really want to do with social media for this year. And it's not to the way that I really want to be able to operate it from where I've currently been doing for the last few weeks. So I myself am going through a challenge that I'm telling you guys that you're going to be going through. And it's a testament that as humans, no matter how successful you are or where you're currently at in life, you're always going to have to push against the grain and understand that the next level for you is going to require that level of uncomfortability. And for me, that means I have to be much more cutthroat with my time. We've all got 24 hours, but again, I've got time during the day. There could be little 10, 15, 20-minute pockets that I should be able to pick up the phone and start recording. Or if I don't have an idea, I should be able to start to crumb up with ideas to talk about, reflect on my own life from the challenges and everything else that I've currently gone through, which I still have a lot to share with you guys because a lot of you really don't know much about my story besides the fact that I moved to Colombia from the US. So there's things that I'm going to have to shed for myself to not only improve and become a better person, but at the same time, that identity is what's going to help not only help you guys to serve you at another level, because I want to be able to provide you guys with as much value as possible, but you guys being able to also have that level of transformation for yourself so that you can have a positive impact. And the thing with stagnation is you're going to find yourself in these cycles where things feel okay, right? If you look at the view that I'm currently waking up to, man, it's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful to be able to wake up in a new country, to I'm single, I've got my own pad, I've got my own space, I've got my own silence, I've got my own independence to be creative, to be able to walk out to the streets, right? Interact with people, the culture, the food. It's absolutely stunning. But at the same time, it could be the exact trap that I was currently in with the US was having that sense of comfortability. And it's easy for us when we get to that next level where you start to maintain, and maintaining is what's going to keep you there again. And you're going to feel, especially as you've got bigger goals after that. And again, Colombia is just one part of the threshold that I want to be in. But looking at an overview of all the trajectory of where I want to be, where I want to travel, the type of man I want to be, the type of businesses that I want to run and operate, the way I want to walk, the way I want to talk, the frequency, the energy, everything else that really curates to that vision. And again, for you, it's going to be totally different than mine. If we're not challenging ourselves on a daily basis, then we're essentially betraying ourselves and again holding ourselves back, and that's again when the days and the weeks can pass by. And when I say build yourself on a daily basis, you've got to work on all faculties. It's not just fitness. I'm crushing it with fitness. I work out 4 days a week. I go to martial arts training twice a week. I'm running, I'm doing cardio. So the fitness itself, the health itself, I'm still challenging myself, except it's not everything that I should be doing. Because one of the biggest things right now is obviously I'm focusing on creating more content. And I had to ask myself a few questions. And thankfully, my coach was able to look at a few of my blind spots as well. And it's getting used to this, right? Everybody wakes up to the dream. When you wake up to the dream, it's easy to get caught in that stagnation of it feels like I made it. But the truth is I haven't made it. I'm nowhere near close to where I want to be, the life I want to have, the man I want to be. So we've got to have that sense of trying to get away from these things. Again, I'm not saying I'm not grateful. I'm extremely grateful, not just for what I have, not just for my family, not just for being alive, to being able to breathe, to being able to talk. I'm grateful for so many different things. But we got to remember exactly what we're going for and also at the same time what we're trying to get away from. Because the thing that you're trying to get away from is the thing that's holding you back. It's being in a job that doesn't appreciate you or doesn't pay you well enough. Maybe it takes time away from yourself where you can be focusing on things that you want to be able to enjoy. Maybe it's time that takes you away from your family, right? There's so many different things that you're more than likely going through, which is good because you want to have that level of uncomfortability and that's what's going to help you make that change. But it always comes down to us. At the end of the day, nobody's here to save me. I've got to be the one willing enough to take the action and be the one willing enough to follow through. And I've got to drop my sense of pride. There's really no end to this game that we're playing in. And that's the beauty of the game called life is there's going to be so many different levels to it, from the destinations you can travel, the people you can meet, the relationships you can develop, the cars you want, houses, the family, the food, the experiences, whatever you want, there's always going to be multiple levels. But the biggest thing that's going to have the strongest impact is going to be you. It's going to be your self mastery. It's going to be your growth. That's going to be the biggest thing that's going to have fulfillment for you because not only does that mean that you have more of a stronger sense of self trust, also, of course, self love. And again, that impact that you have on yourself is going to be an impact that you can have on other people. And that's the fulfillment and purpose. So the stagnation that I'm was currently going through clearly right now, I'm shedding that layer, had everything to do with me just getting comfortable with everything that I've got going on and feeling like I'm just too busy, or that if I make one video once a week or one video twice a week, whatever that number is, like that's good enough. But it's not. So ask yourself that question. Am I doing enough? Am I happy with where I'm at? And am I taking all the necessary actions that I need to in order to get to that next level? And if you're not, then you've got to reflect a little bit internally, ask yourself those questions, and see how you can pivot. Hopefully, you found this video helpful. Until next time.